Los Angeles, California. New York City, New York. Memphis, Tennessee. Seattle, Washington. Omaha, Nebraska.
What?
All right. To be fair, Omaha is not the first place you think of when you think of great music. But let me tell you something. The Omaha area is crawling with fantastic musicians. You can walk into any club, any night of the week, and hear some amazing musicians that you've never heard of. And neither has anyone else. You know, we're all about bringing you the finest original musicians in their natural habitats. I'm your host, Moose Epperson. Please join me as we check out some more great music that's just lost in Omaha. All right, Jim, thanks for joining us on Lost in Omaha. We really appreciate you coming in.
No, you're welcome.
Looking forward to this. Hey, got a couple of questions for you. I know you've been doing music a long time, and you've been pushing boundaries across a lot of different genres, getting a lot of interesting attention. You put out a lot of product. We're going to talk a little bit about that.
Okay, great.
Cool. Well, what I want to ask you first of all is pretty much when and where did all of this start?
I started playing guitar in high school, and I was playing Jimi Hendrix at prom dances, in which I should have been playing My Girl. After the Army, I was in a couple country bands, but I was writing a lot of my own music, and a friend of mine got a TAC 4-channel machine. And he was already recording, so he asked if I wanted to buy it. I did, and I started recording in 1977 with a drummer named Herb Hill. And I basically just played the rhythm guitar tracks, and he was playing drums to it. So he didn't even know there was going to be lyrics and everything, because I ended up putting bass and the lead and keyboards and everything else to it. And we did another session in the beginning of 1978 and released it in the summer of 1978. It was called Victims of the Media, and because it was really a do-it-yourself album, because I pasted the covers onto it and just put plastic around it, it got a lot of attention nationally. And the following year, in 1979, did a 45, which I know is backwards because you're supposed to do a 45 then an album, but I did an album and then a 45. And I still had Herb playing on it, and I had a friend, Brad Krieger, playing on it, and that would have been the original Crap Detectors. And after that, 1980, I got some people to put together a live band and also a recording band, and started to do I would say an album a year from 1980 to 1985. During that time, I got a letter from a guy named Jello Biafra, who wrote to me because he had gotten Victims of the Media. He bought it in Portland because I did get national distribution. And he started writing to me, and from that point I would write him back, and we've been pen pals ever since.
Your thought and your flow and your actions speak a lot of the words where you hide in your life. You don't understand it. So you're thinking that it's not for show. Now the fingers with the doors slow. I don't think it's a go. I don't think I know. I don't think I know. Don't think I know. I don't think I know. I don't think I know.
So you were pushing boundaries even then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was doing a lot of stuff, and like I said, there were 5 bands. It would just change from one band member to another band member from 80 to 85 until 1985, and this was all in Lincoln, Nebraska. And Mindy Barrett joined the band, and from there we moved to, just Mindy and I moved to Dallas, the Dallas, Texas giant area. It was a big, metropolitan area, and we were kind of in the middle of it all. And we ran into a friend of ours, Brad Pribble, who helped us make a video. We recorded it, and I did the drawings on typewriting paper, and he did the camera work, and he would just shoot it with his camera, and it became a thing called Crimes Against Humanity, and it was shown all across the United States, and was shown in different venues. like TV shows like in New York, the place called Tend to Offend, and Bomb Shelter Video in Seattle, Washington, and was at the Museum of Art in Dallas as well.
Crimes against humanity, crimes against humanity, come with all that vanity, nurtures through insanity. Crimes against the human race, here on earth or outer space, make it all out of space, crimes against the human race. Crimes against humanity, reinforce duality, crimes against humanity, brings a new insanity. Crimes against planet Earth, crimes that made people birth, crimes against planet Earth, crimes that give black a worth. Crimes against all human beings, crimes committed so obscene, crimes committed every day, crimes committed every way.
So what was your next move?
So we found Pete, the bass player in Dallas, and we started playing live a lot down there. And if you've ever lived in Texas at that time, guitar playing was a real big thing. So I was just expanding on my guitar playing quite a bit, and we just did live shows all the way through our time in Dallas. And then from there, we ended up moving to Seattle, Washington.
So you spent some time in the Pacific Northwest.
I was there for about 9 years, maybe 10, but we were there for a long time, and we got there right before the grunge revolution, and I was putting up crap detector posters over top of bands like Soundgarden and Nirvana, because at the time they were just regular bands like the Crap Detectors. They did not have record deals, and so there's only maybe 3 bars to play in Seattle at the time, which grew really huge at the time after Nirvana got a record deal. And when we were playing there, whatever we played after we were there a couple of years, we would be introduced as the legendary Crap Detectors. And we ended up getting Andrea to play bass with us, and it was just kind of a real good deal, and I thought Seattle was a lot of fun.
Sick around the corner. They like to kill little girls and boys. They're awful sick around the corner. Using guns after luring them in with toys. Someone's sick. What the fuck?
What brought you back to this area?
Well, let's see. Mindy decided not to do the music anymore in 1989, and so I thought I'd come back to Nebraska and hooked up with some real good friends of mine in Lincoln and started doing the Joe Jacobi band, and we started playing a lot of music around like in the Zoo Bar and in Duffy's and just having a lot of fun in Lincoln. 2004, the Joe Jacobi band disbanded, and I moved to Omaha, Nebraska. And I just did a lot of solo work from 2004 to 2008. I just thought I had the need to really learn how to do recordings, and so I just kept putting CDs out, learning what I was doing with that. And in 2008, I put out the 30-year anniversary of the Crap Detector's first release, and it had liner notes by a guy named Jello Biafra. And it was just a lot of fun to do. And since then, in Omaha, I had been going off and on between Crap Detector projects and solo projects, even though there's really no difference, because when I started the thing, it was pretty much a solo project in the first place with different musicians. And I do consider a lot of the things I do just projects. And so at this point in time, I have 239 songs that are pretty much recorded and published, and I'm working on my 27th release right now. And I did do some live things in Omaha because I was looking for musicians that were in other bands. That what I was really needing is somebody that was not going to cross into Crap Detector territory, but do their own music, but just do maybe about 4 gigs a year and do it around here and just play maybe 12 of the older songs. And I still would call it the Crap Detectors. And since, you know, I was the original Crap Detector, it didn't matter, I guess, who was in it and who wasn't in it. And right at this point, I'm looking to see if there's anybody else there, a bass player or a drummer, who wants to continue with this long line of music. And I say right now, at this point, it's been about 36 years of doing this.
Let it never